Hi, my Partaker family. It's so awesome to be with you once again this week. My name is Amanda. I am a nutritionist and also the presenter, or if you want to call me, the host of this show. So we are doing the show called Your Take. For those that don't know what we are here for, we are actually talking health, how to improve our health using food, also talking about our challenges, food challenges, and how we can get past them. That's what this community is about. So thank you for being here. Do not touch that dial. So we're going to go into different segments during the show today. The first one will be the food throne, which I'll get right into without wasting any time. So we have mushrooms today on our food throne, and what mushrooms are meant to do for us is give us a lot of fiber. So therefore we are able to clean our body system, cleanse our body system, but also prevent having too much fat clogged up inside our body systems. Also, they have lots and lots of minerals, so that means you're going to be taking care of your hair, you're going to be taking care of your muscles, you're going to be taking care of your skin, even our body organs that need hormones to be able to, trigger them and stimulate them to work. You're going to be needing lots of minerals to be able to do that. So that is where our mushrooms come in. They're also a source of protein. So if you're looking to build your muscles, definitely get down to finding mushrooms and having them in your diet. But where can we use mushrooms? Practically in our kitchens. Mushrooms make the best sauce. It makes one of the best sauces anyway, because the sauce that comes out of them, especially if you're going to blend them during the cooking process, is going to be creamy and really nice. Goes very well with bread, with croutons, goes very well with whole wheat chapatis. It goes well with starches generally. So yes, we're looking at the sauces that they give us. Mushrooms can also be added if you're trying to make protein shakes in your home to probably help you build more muscle, probably just be part of a diet, a healthy diet. Then you can add a little bit of mushroom in there. But mushroom can also help us to, add more taste to another sauce. So say we have meat. You can add some mushroom in there. You could use them to make katogos. The list is endless. Mushrooms do a lot. They help us, they're just like mukene, the small silver fish. They help us, add flavor here and there. They make us have that thickness that we're looking for in terms of our sauces and stews. So yeah, mushrooms do a lot. You could even use them as a filling. Today I have the very small type that has been dried right here in my hands, but there's so many different types. There are oyster mushrooms, there are button mushrooms, there are the really huge ones, shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms are really medicinal and beneficial in terms of trying to help you clear and detox your body system. So if you can get them as well, that would be good on you. Well, let's leave mushrooms alone now that we know what we need them for in our body systems, and get down to our discussion room segment. So here we're doing a recap of what happened during the week on our Facebook page community, where people, ask questions and we're able to discuss over them, make commentary on them, and yeah, just find a befitting way forward for us all that, works for each one. Everyone picks what works for them and goes with that. So starting our discussion room today, we have Kalule. Kalule, my namesake. So Kalule was asking, what's the cause of heartburn? Because sometimes he gets heartburn in that he feels like, after eating some foods, in that he feels like vomiting after some time, after eating those foods. So we answered that on the Facebook page, but here are the lessons now that we're here to discuss. So when you're trying to figure out what the actual cause or problem is when it comes to food, when you start to feel, some things are out of the ordinary, you're not feeling as normal and as vibrant as you usually are, then start to record. Always start to note down what you're feeling. Probably the timings also, because that would help you, especially if you're going to get a consultation with a professional. Say you're coming to me, a nutritionist, and you're doing a nutrition consultation with me, I would be able to have where to start from, more detailed information to be able to help. Or even for you yourself, when you're trying to do the analysis or evaluation, because some of these things are very simple, you just need to see what the patterns are like, and you'll be able to understand that either it's this food maybe when I eat this food at this time is when I get heartburn, or maybe when I eat this quantity of food is when I get heartburn. So recording is very important for our personal benefit in terms of improving our health. So whenever you start to feel something out of the ordinary health-wise, please record it and record the time. Simple as that. You could also record the quantities, because if you're talking about food, there are definitely quantities that you're eating. So yeah, you could record the quantities as well. And then the second lesson when we come to this question is records management. I know people think that stops at you know, our organizations, our workplaces, when they tell you to, you know, do stock taking, and yeah, you know, it's not very exciting for people to do, but they have to do it because it's part of their job descriptions. But actually, records management is a very important tool for helping us to better our health, even at home, even on the level of home. So things like food budgets, things like you could have people that, you know, someone that just checks in to sign off who has actually had food, because then you'll be able to know who's having difficulties eating food, what's the problem, and then get to be able to help them before it gets out of hand. So things like also food logs, you know, just writing what has been eaten, things like the food menu in the house. Making up a food menu is a document and is a record of what is actually going on in the home and in the kitchen. So therefore it helps you understand better what the patterns of your household food consumption is like. It helps you understand better who probably eats what and doesn't eat the other. Recording also special needs. For example, if there is someone in the house who has food allergies, is very important, because even when say someone has come into the home to help you, an outsider has come into the home, or a domestic helper has come into the home to help you with cooking, they're able to know that, okay, when it comes to maybe Ronnie, I am not supposed to give him eggs, or I'm not supposed to give him fish because he's allergic to it. That really helps to avoid accidents or avoid incidents actually of you know, life-threatening allergies, or even allergies that are very discomforting. So yes, food records management goes down all the way to our food channels, our food sources, our food use in the home as well. So let's get down to starting to write things down. At least have one record in the house or document in the house that you use. It's either a food menu, it's either a cooking rota, it's either a food budget. Have something, because then you're able to say, you know, you're a bit more serious with what you eat and how you eat. Okay, let's go into our second question that's coming in from Michael. Michael was asking how he can reduce acid reflux. So when it comes to acid reflux, usually it is how you are eating the food that actually counts more for most of the cases of acid reflux. Yes, there are foods that can actually give us acid reflux because they contain high acid levels, but also how you are eating food generally could actually be making you get acid reflux. So when I say how we eat the food, it means your behavior with food, how you treat food. For example, are you the type that eats your food late and then goes straight into, you know, sleeping? Are you the type that lies down immediately after eating food? Are you the type that is always very distracted when you're eating food? You seated here for 1 minute, you eat food, and then next minute you're, you know, running off to check out maybe a game on TV. Maybe you're running to, you know, just you're so distracted when you're eating, so you're not giving your body time to actually focus on that task, which is eating food at the time. Are you the type that, you know, likes to drink in between meals so much? Are you the type that is are you the type that talks as well as you eat? For you, you're just yapping the whole time. Yeah, so it's about behavior, how you behave around food and with food also. So try and make sure that, you know, you don't lie down immediately after you have eaten food. Try and make sure you are trying to focus more as you eat your food. Finish that bit and then head on. You know, chew your food slowly. Don't be quick with food. Don't rush through it, because it's also important. So give it time. If you want something to work well, then give it time. Put your attention there as well. So yes, mind how you react or behave with food, in other words. And then for relieving acid reflux, because yes, once it happens, the feeling is very uncomfortable, so you want to relieve it as quick as you can. Now vegetables help us a lot because most times they have an alkaline, most vegetables have an alkaline pH, which helps you to neutralize the acid. But then also the fiber that they contain is pretty important with helping us to relieve you of the acid. So yes, that's why we recommend please do lots of water and also do a lot of vegetables at that point. Heading on to our next question. Our next question comes in from Stina Tina, and she was asking, how can you use ghee on your skin? Is it should we do it with in combination with other foods? Should we have it raw or boiled? Well, when it comes to ghee, ghee is fabulous for the skin, honestly. I am a living testimony to it. But anyway, when it comes to using ghee, ghee has a high fat content, so one way of making sure you benefit from ghee for your skin is you could be eating it. But the thing with ghee is also it has a high fat content, so you don't want to be getting unnecessary fat by eating it frequently, say every day. And that is why applying it topically comes in. So yes, you can eat it for good skin, but also make sure that it's less intake from your mouth, but also you're applying it on your skin topically so that you can have a better skin. Then also we bring in the factor of some foods which are more volatile in terms of the fact that they have very, very strong smells and also could have very strong tastes, you know, or effects. For example, chili, which you know has a very burning sensation once you eat it. But then we also have other foods that may have strong smell. For example, garlic and ghee also comes in under here. So because of that bit, you have to make sure that you're not only making, you might be making yourself uncomfortable with the use of ghee when it has that very strong smell. Some people may not be able to handle it, but also you might be making your neighbors uncomfortable, all the people next to you uncomfortable. That's why the endeavor to actually add another natural food into the ghee would help here. So add another food that has a good smell, that has a good aroma, so it can disguise the smell of ghee and you know, make it easy for you to use, make it easy for other people to use. So we're using, for example, things like rose water, which has a lovely smell. You could use coconut milk, coconut oil, or even aloe vera gel, because we all know aloe vera doesn't really have a smell, so it would help disguise the smell of ghee as well. So yes, that's it for Tina. Let's head on to our fourth question, which is coming in from an anonymous person actually, and he was asking, what's your advice on goat's milk consumption from a nutrition point of view? So I am very supportive of the use of goat's milk because it helps us add variety to our diet. First of all, most of us have been tuned to thinking when it comes to milk, we are supposed to be doing cow milk. But there's so much out there that is very available. So we're talking cow's milk, there's even pig's milk, by the way, and even milk from nuts, which are very healthy. So we're looking at things like almond milk. You can even make or get milk from oats as well. So we shouldn't only be looking out for cow milk when we talk about milk. There are so many other different types of milk that we should be making use of and you know, add variety to our diet. Remember, we said one of the secret rules for actually living a healthy life with food is making sure to tap into all the different foods that are available. So don't stick to one food, have a variety as much as you can. But also, one special thing with goat's milk is how it provides an option for people that are not severely lactose intolerant. Of course, if you have a severe case of lactose intolerance, you may not be able to use milk because it has a high lactose content, of course, but also goat's milk has the lactose content, but it's low. So therefore, it's or lower than cow's milk at least. So therefore, it becomes an option for someone that may not have a severe case of lactose intolerance. That means you could give it a try, use it as an alternative to actually having other types of milk. Let's head on to our fifth and last question, coming in from Haidari Akim. You guys have awesome names, huh? So The question from him is, he says he's 24 years old, but his hair is, he's losing his hair at a very speedy rate. He's worried, so he's wondering what nutrients he can actually use. We talked about this on the Facebook page, so many different foods we can use to try and help us improve our hair quality. But we should know that also genes play a very big role in this case for hair, you know, hair quality, hair thickness, hair texture. All those are, you know, dictated upon by genes. So as much as we might be able to try and do something about it to improve our hair quality, we should have it at the back of our minds that, you know, if this was what was happening within your family lines, then that could be one of the factors that is pulling you behind. But we could also do background checks on top of the foods we talked about on the Facebook page. We could do a background check so that you know exactly what's the cause of this. It's not only genes that might be the cause of hair loss because you had them in your lineage, but it could be also that there's an underlying disease that is actually making you lose your hair. Or maybe your diet is deficient in some things. So yes, that's why we say please do a background check so you can be able to find out what's the actual cause of this hair loss, especially at such a young age. Thank you, Haidari, for that question. Let's now head into our third segment. Are you ready? The third segment is the take of the week. And today the take of the week, drum roll, goes to Dennis Tim Batabazi Ndaula. There was a story put out on the Facebook page about, you know, petty thieves for people who plant their, you know, foods, and then other people just come and harvest what they have not planted. So yes, this was what Ndaula had to say. He says knowledge is multidisciplinary. What one thinks they know, a lot of people may harbor the same knowledge. Yes, so sometimes we might think we are planting something and our neighborhood doesn't know its importance and its use. But you'll be shocked because the other people also are looking to that food you have planted to actually, you know, benefit the most out of it. Unfortunately, they may not have planted it, but they'll come and harvest it, and you wouldn't even know sometimes. Yeah, so that's what he said. Thank you, Dennis, for that take. Let's head on to our last segment, which is the wellness quote. In the wellness quote today, we are saying, pay the farmer or pay the hospital. This very wise quote comes from someone called Baik Bahia. I hope I have pronounced it right, you know, he doesn't get to sue me or anything, but what he's saying is pay the farmer or pay the hospital. So you have two choices. Pay the farmer so you get great food, get natural food, get food that is befitting for health, or you end up paying the hospital. If you don't pay the farmer at some point, you'll end up at the hospital, and therefore you'll end up paying the hospital. And usually the hospital bills are way higher, way more painful, and you know, it comes with so much draining when you're in the hospital. So avoid paying the hospital. Please do pay the farmer, give him what his due is, and enjoy the benefits of what he offers you. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our show. But you can definitely connect with me, you can connect with my team, you can connect with the YourTech team. How can you be a part of us? Because this is a community. One, we are on YouTube. YouTube is doing wonders for pushing the health front and the nutrition front. So get down there and also learn so much more in the best and fun of ways. YouTube channel is Amanda Twebaze-Nutritionist. I'll say that again, Amanda Twebaze-Nutritionist. Then after that, head down to our Facebook page, because on the Facebook page, it's about you coming out as you to discuss anything related to food. The page is Amanda Twebaze-Nutritionist. Then we are on Instagram, we are Food Witness. We have a food blog as well on Blogger, but the address is amandatwebaze.blogspot.com. You can find us also on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, the number is 0782 152610. 0782 152610. It's a WhatsApp only number, so please don't call. Our email as well, if you're trying to get in touch with me, is amanda.chichoncho@gmail.com. amanda.chichoncho@gmail.com. I'm open to business, so get down there and let me know what you require from me. All right, so until next time, this has been awesome as always. Can't wait to see you next week as we still break the silence on food matters. Until next time, have a lovely week. Cheers.